What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nintendo Power Block for November 21st, 2017. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrick, and alongside me, as always, that retro code, Edward Varnell.
Nintendo Block. Nintendo Block.
What?
Nintendo Power Block. I'm trying to do Bayonetta and I failed.
Wow. Fail. Ed, you failed.
Can we take that from the top?
No, you failed.
Dang it.
Nope, that's going in the show.
Insert 2 tokens to continue.
Tokens? What?
Yeah. We had tokens. Like Atlantis Castle. Yeah, tokens. They didn't have quarters.
I'm just kidding.
Tokens.
How's it going, Ed?
It's going good, Corey. It's Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We recording because trust me, yesterday night after everybody, I clunked, dude. I was out yesterday night. I was just like, I'm not about to make it. I'm not about to press power on the PS4. I'm not about to do nothing. Took my till literally to bed.
Yeah.
It was funny. Got to work a little bit late, like 4 minutes late. Wasn't too bad. When I got out the door, my boss manager just got out the door too. We both late today.
I was like 4 minutes late to work today too, I think, but it's all right. I got there before everybody else, so it really doesn't matter. Shh. Yeah, man, I'm tired. I'm so tired. We had a late night last night with Arsenal X and talking to the Sony customer support because they charged my account for a year of PlayStation Plus, which, like, yeah, I do need PlayStation Plus, but I didn't approve the charge, and it was just like it's a matter of principle. So, I mean, how long it's probably going to take, I probably should have just left it and been like, okay, sure. I'm sorry.
Well, people don't know. So you guys will have to watch our new show, Expansion Pass.
Yeah.
For Arsenal X.
Yeah,
yes.
We're trying something out too. So, like, we're not doing one for Power Block this week, but for our console-based shows, so Power Block, Nerds Gone Platinum, and Arsenal X, we're doing YouTube-specific shows, kind of like a extra topic with the crew for like YouTube-only type discussions. So whether it's something in the news or something that's kind of on a lot of people's mind, or just a general whatever, like it's just going to be like an extra topic for us to talk about and have a YouTube-specific discussion, and a way for us to get your opinion on specific topics without, breaking up the podcast or we just want something for our YouTube specific audience. So if you want to check something out, go to the Nerds Gone Rogue YouTube page, subscribe, share, all that stuff, and you can check out our new segments. So I'm pretty excited. Our first one, kind of on the negative side, but that's okay. It's about Sony's customer support and how awful it was yesterday. Today it wasn't too bad though. So I mean, it took me like 20 minutes to do, but maybe 25 minutes to do, but it was just annoying. So check out Arsenal X's expansion pass for the full story, and it was kind of anticlimactic today though on Power Block, but that's okay. It's all right. Everything worked out, sort of, I think. So I'll probably have my money back within like a week or maybe two. Hopefully it's a week, but man.
You'll get it by Friday if the banks are open.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Like, I really do. Well, Sony said 2 to 3 days for them, and then my bank's usually pretty good about getting refunds in like right away. So yeah, pretty excited. I think maybe. So
Yes.
but Ed, what have you been playing?
Oh, so everybody, last week you guys seen my Pokemon 2DS, and I finally got it up and going. And so I started off with Fire Emblem Shadow of Valencia. Really good game. Love the voice acting. Um, I kind of forgot that I don't think it does the when you're next to a person, uh, you two join up in battle. I don't think they do that in this game.
No,
I know. Okay, so I
like
made the
you're
mistake,
talking about like in Fates when you could put two
like
people
team up.
together and like be able to have different tactics based on like their move sets and stuff, and they kind of grow together as
Well, yeah, like if you set them beside each other, they'll both enter the battle and attack.
yeah. 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 I mean, I didn't get. I mean, I got kind of far in Echoes, but like, here's the thing: the Switch was out, and like, I was like, yeah, I can't. It. I got this shiny new toy here. I can't really be bothered with the 3DS right now. But yeah, I didn't. I if you can do that, I mean, friend of show Ray Sorio would know better than I would right now. Uh,
Yeah,
but I didn't get that far, so if you
yeah. I
can,
only I only got to like the first fight. When the kids are in the woods in the
okay.
night that one man come. So I stopped right there. And I did save it. Um, I meant to bring my Pokemon, but I didn't. So I'm going to try to start that sometime this week and report back on that because I know a lot of people have started up and stuff. So I do want to play that. Played a little bit of Final Fantasy 12. That's my like main console game that I'm playing until a little bit later on. Once Corey gets Assassin's Creed Origins, I'm gonna play that. I am gonna return to Wolfenstein 2, but I'm gonna do that at a later date. Um, and then hopefully Black Friday I can pick up some games and stuff, and prepare myself for Xenoblade Chronicles X. I mean Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for next Friday.
Yes, yes. Oh man, dude, I'm really worried that Amazon's not going to fulfill my order. Like I
That
I
sucks.
know, and it's like I'm not going to know until like 2 days before because like they don't process your order until, it's ready to be shipped, right? So they like won't tell you if you pre-ordered it that your pre-order would be canceled until like a week before it comes out. So like my fingers are crossed, man, and I really hope I'm able to get it. But like either way, I'm so excited for Xenoblade 2. I've been playing Zelda, and I did the Xenoblade 2 DLC thing, and like just seeing that the outfit on Link got me really excited for Xenoblade. I'm just like, look, I and downloading the Horizon DLC. I've been playing Zelda, and it's just like I can't wait for another big, huge, kind of sprawling game to explore. And I know Xenoblade's like twice as big as both those games put together, but uh, man, that game, I
Yes,
can't
I
wait,
know.
man. I can't wait. So,
Yeah, and I'm going to be a little bit more dedicated than Xenoblade Chronicles X.
mhm.
Just once again, games was just dropping it for all the consoles, and I was just getting them and jumping from game to game. I'm just like, I gotta start doing that. I know that these games are hot. I want to stay current, but I'm like, my backlog is too long, so I need to start working on that and finish it. So this game, I'm definitely gonna stick on track on. Even like with Fire Emblem Warriors, like I need to hop back on that and finish it.
Yeah, I need to finish it too. Like I haven't gotten very far in that game at all because like a week after that Odyssey came out,
Exactly.
and like I'm still like chipping away at that. I'm not. It's I'm in this kind of gaming funk where like my birthday's coming up. I've mentioned this a couple times on the show, but like my birthday's coming up, so like a lot of the bigger releases the last couple weeks I haven't been able to play because I'm getting them for my birthday, I think. So
Hmm.
like, Assassin's Creed Origins is like the big one I really, really want to dive into. But also like Rhyme is coming, and like I want to be able to play through that on Switch. And like I know a lot of reviewers are having issues with it, but there is a day one patch that's supposed to fix the issues that the reviewers were having. So
Hmm.
uh, I guess they had like a really, really tough time porting that game to Switch.
And I wonder why.
Yeah, like I don't know. I guess it just depends on like the engines they're using and like how easy it is to move assets and code over to like the new system or whatever. But
Hmm.
like I don't know, man. They just kind of on the struggle bus for that game, but because it was supposed to come out with the other versions, and then it got delayed like a month, and then it got delayed 2 more months because I think it was supposed to come back out in like August or September
Yeah, it was. And
originally.
then they pushed it back.
hmm So, but I'm really excited for Rhyme. Either way, like I think that game probably like it looks like it fits on a Nintendo console, you know.
Hmm.
And I mean, like even if it's a little messed up when it comes out, like I'm sure there'll be a patch. A lot of the companies who've released games have been really good about patching stuff. So
Yeah, it's one game I think maybe Target and Best Buy and GameStop got. It's one of those games that not all stores are going to get it. I don't know why, but yeah.
yeah, I again I ordered mine off Amazon. Well, my wife ordered it for me. So like I'm gonna be playing Rhyme and Batman also. So pretty excited. I'm really excited to dive into some new games and Wolfenstein also. Uh, Although I still need to finish the the new order. I've been really bad at trying to finish games when sequels are coming out.
Yeah, I need to finish the first one too.
So I don't know how far I'm gonna get into new order before Friday, but
Shoot, I'm like, I might as well just power through the second one. And I'm not gonna change it to easy. I'm gonna keep it on normal. And I know a lot of people
I'm putting
have.
it on easy, dude. I don't have time to sit there and die 30 times in one area.
I I I rather, be man enough and go to the main challenge and just be like, hey, like I'll do easy if there's like secrets that need to be found. But if I'm just like literally want a real challenge, I'll just do it on normal. 'Cause that's what I did with Titanfall. I did it on normal. Didn't do nothing easy. Was getting my tail kicked at one of the bosses, but I'm like, when I beat him, it was one of those feel good moments. So.
Yeah. Uh, you've been playing anything else though?
Um, not on my one until Assassin's Creed Origins until like you get it. But other than that, yeah, I haven't really been like diving into anything else just yet. Final Fantasy 12 right now, console wise, has taken kind of priority, and I was supposed to start It'll Do too, but even like I still got It'll Do 2 and Doom still wrapped up. I'm like, I need to start these games. And then Friday, Thursday or Friday, if there's any more FIFA 18s at Best Buy or something, I'll pick that up so I can have that.
Yeah, there's so many good Black Friday deals.
Well, this is the weird thing. I'm going all the way to Wisconsin Friday to do my Black Friday shopping. I don't do much Black Friday in Illinois besides get a camera. Other than that, I do most of my like video game shopping in Wisconsin because it's Texas cheaper. And I'm like only like 30 minutes away. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. For me, I've been just jumping around, man. I haven't really had a lot of time to play games. I've been playing Zelda, trying to do the master trial stuff again. Arms, I've been playing a little bit of Arms again. Odyssey, and then my wife and I have been playing Mario Kart just because that
Mhm.
game is super fun. And but yeah, that's really it. I haven't really been able to just to sit and dive into some games, for like hours at a time. But I got a big weekend coming up, so
Yeah.
hopefully I'll be able to play some games.
Yeah, hoping to do that Saturday. Since I'm off from work. Like I work Black Friday. I work Thursday and Black Friday, but I'm like in the morning. So like when I get off like Friday, I'm skedaddling to the
Yeah.
house. Be like, oh, okay. I'm like, I got a whole, not a whole weekend, but I got the rest of Friday and Saturday off to just straight game
Right.
and do whatever.
Ugh, man, games. Not not enough
Yes.
time, not enough money. That's how it
Well,
goes.
shoot, I know for me, I need to work on my Xbox One and my PS4. I need to get those games done so I can get them off my system.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Uh, I'm going to put myself in crazy trouble by getting more games like Bioshock. The Bioshock collection, I think you said was like $15. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go through all of it, but like GameSpot has like a really, really great breakdown of holiday deals or Black
Hmm.
Friday deals, and like they have it separate. They have each list. They have it separated by store, and then you can either search it by store, by system, or by like hardware and accessories, and then software. Like they do so many breakdowns, and it's really good. So I guess I can pull some of them up for Switch at least. Game Spot Switch Black Friday deals because I was looking at it earlier, so it's already there. uh, Hopefully this video doesn't start playing. Like 1-2 Switch is $20 at Toys R Us, 25 at Best Buy. Telltale Batman's $20. Binding of Isaac is $20. Cars 3 is 30. Disgaea 5 is like the big one, is $20 this week. FIFA 18 is 20 at Best Buy and 30 at Toys R Us. Zelda Explorers Edition is $40 at Walmart. Uh, the Lego games are $15. Minecraft stuff is $15. Monopoly and Puyo Puyo Tetris are $20. Rayman Legend is $20. Sonic Forces is $25. Bomberman's $25. So like, there's a ton of games on sale. It's really good, especially like Zelda for 40 and
Yeah.
some of the other games like Disgaea 5 for $20 is a great deal. Dragon Ball, I know a lot of people are into Dragon Balls, $20 this week. So a lot of great Switch games for $20 on Black Friday. So
Yes.
a lot of
And
accessories and starter kits are on sale too, like the Power A, uh, the Pro controllers, not the official Nintendo ones, but those wired ones, the Mario and Zelda wired ones,
mhm.
are $25. The racing wheels are $6.
I'm thinking of picking up another Xbox controller.
Yeah. I should probably get one of those too. I only have one. Whoops. See, that video started playing, that ad. So, started playing PlayStation sounds in the back. But yeah, there's a lot of deals out there. So, GameStop has a huge breakdown of everything. So, yeah. Yeah. And then we're going to have our holiday guides coming out, next week, I think.
Yeah. So I'm going to have things ready for that. If you guys have any games that you would like to suggest, or even peripherals or stuff, or even importing, email us at nintendopopblock@gmail.com, or post some on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Guys, help me out. It's a community thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna work on mine either tonight or tomorrow. Tonight we're recording next week's
NGR.
NGR early this week because of Thanksgiving and everything. So, I'll probably have time to do it tomorrow or Wednesday. I want to get it out. Maybe I'll try to get at least one part of it out by Thursday, because I know a lot of people are going to go shopping Thursday night or Friday. So
Yeah, like I'm doing my shopping Friday after work.
yeah, so
So, and I know some of the games that Best Buy is gonna have. Because I normally go to Best Buy first before like most of the Target stuff that I do is like mostly for a new camera that I get at Target. Like they got they'll put like a Sony camera that's like 100 or 150 some dollars for like about $45. So, um, that's what I normally do. And then I don't think I need to go to GameStop. I think only thing I need to do is uh pay for my Xenoblade Chronicle stuff and then pretty much go from there. Pay for it, walk out and be like bye.
Yeah.
So,
Man, dude, I'm just like, bah. Sorry. I'm sorry, everybody, if I sound like my throat is like really sore from yesterday and this past weekend. It's just like coming off a little bit of sickness and then doing, 2 podcasts yesterday and probably 2 today. So I apologize in advance. But all right,
yeah, I get
let's get into some of these news bits. Doop, boop, 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 boop. Right?
news, 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 news.
Our first little bit of news: Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild won the Ultimate Game of the Year at the Golden Joystick Awards.
Yes.
So, pretty good for that. Gaming award season is coming, and Nintendo will fancy its chances of scooping up quite a few. Today, this was written a couple days ago. So, the Golden Joysticks Awards in London, with the UK event being rather interesting and relying almost exclusively on public votes. With that in mind, Nintendo's wins are certainly very welcome, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild taking the top award and 4 in total, while Pokemon Sun and Moon are also joined in. For the record, the cutoff for the Golden Joysticks is October 15th. So anything that came out after October 15th in 2016 is also they're also included in the awards. So Pokemon Sun and Moon from last year. So that means theoretically Nintendo could win another Golden Joystick Award next year for Mario Odyssey. So
Yeah. Could
what were you gonna say? Sorry.
I said yeah because of Odyssey.
Yeah. So the awards that Nintendo cleaned up yesterday or this weekend were Best Audio for Breath of the Wild, Studio of the Year, Nintendo EPD, which is the developer of Breath of the Wild, Handheld Mobile Game of the Year, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Nintendo Game of the Year, Breath of the Wild, Critics' Choice Award, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Ultimate Game of the Year, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
So, yay! I knew it.
Yes.
I mean, not surprising. Zelda's amazing. I mean, we've been very vocal about how Zelda is pretty much our game of the year, hands down. I know a couple people on NGR staff have other picks, which fair enough. Horizon deserves a lot of praise too. Which it's going to be a battle, dude. That on the NGR show, like it's no joke that the game of the year is going to come down between Zelda and Horizon, like just no doubt.
Yeah, and I feel bad that Horizon's gonna lose because
yeah, I do too.
As good as Horizon is, Horizon didn't change the video game landscape like Breath of the Wild has done.
No, but it did change like a lot of things for me in terms of viewing Sony's exclusives. Like Horizon is Sony's best exclusive they put out probably in the last 15 years.
Yes.
Hands down. Like, I've been very vocal about it.
I can agree because I think
at least the last 2 generations.
Well, I think for me, when it comes to like Sony's first party exclusives, I will give it like PlayStation 3. I will give it to Heavy Rain I think that was the best PlayStation exclusive for PlayStation 3. And not Injustice, but
Infamous.
Infamous. Infamous 2 was good, but I feel like Heavy Rain did something with story and narrative. And I think it did something way better that The Last of Us could never do.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. And then with PlayStation 4, it's actually a tie for me. The Last Guardian and Horizon Zero Dawn. Like they both did, and this is just personally for me, they both did something um very well on Sony's platform.
Hmm.
You know, and they were those both of those games were to me outperforms Bloodborne, outperforms Uncharted 4, just performs a whole bunch of games that has come out of Sony's systems.
Yeah. Yeah. I like for me, I think two of two of like PlayStation 4's best games came out this year. I think, Gravity Rush 2 is one of those games I think is severely underrated.
Yeah,
Um,
I heard really good things about that. I know you
uh,
talked it up, but I heard other people say really good things about it.
yeah. So like, I think Gravity Rush 2 is really underrated, and like Horizon is just no like I haven't played Heavy Rain, and like I love Infamous. I think Infamous is great. I think
Mhm.
for that genre, Infamous is in a kind of like a league of its own in terms of superhero open
Yeah.
world games. But like I don't know, man. Gorilla is they did something special with Horizon, and I think a lot of people were pleasantly surprised with how good Horizon turned out. Especially like after how great the Order looked when it was first debuted, and how cool it looked, and then it being delayed 6 months, and Horizon was delayed for a similar amount of time and came out in a
Hmm.
similar window that the Order did, and maybe people were thinking like, I hope this isn't another Order situation, and it turned out like way better. Even
No,
though
I
even though I think like the Order is super interesting, and I love those characters and like the world they built, the game
the
was just
gameplay fails.
yeah. So, uh,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyways, back to Zelda. Zelda for me is my game of the year, even though Horizon is like a close second for me.
Well, and that's why I feel like Horizon is prehistoric Tomb Raider, where I feel like Breath of the Wild, yeah, it took some open world themes and gameplay ideas and stuff, and Anuma mentioned that he played some other open world games, but I think once you listen to that talk, and I keep telling people, I'm like, go on YouTube and listen to that GD GDC talk about Breath of the Wild, and they break everything down, which makes Breath of the Wild more interesting, and you kind of get why it's game of the year
Hmm.
for some of us.
Yeah, yeah. So I can't wait for that show, man. I'm like everybody's list, like 3 through 5, is gonna be super interesting.
Yeah,
And like I know Hellblade's gonna be on a few lists, or actually I think I'm the only one that's played it. Like,
Hellblade. Yeah,
uh,
I know Jesse White. He beat it and he likes it. I mean, he loves it. Like that's his game of the year. I haven't picked it up yet.
yeah,
Because I still need to pick that up. Still need to pick up like the Frozen Legacy for Horizon, and the Lost, not Frozen Legacy, the Frozen thing for Horizon. And I know this is not a PlayStation podcast, and the Uncharted Lost Legacy I need to pick up. I do want to play.
do
I
you
do want
though?
to. I mean, I
I'm
brought
just
the
kidding.
game.
I'm
I
just
mean, I
kidding.
brought the game, and they said that one is actually better than Uncharted 4.
Well,
So
I mean, I believe that because like just for the amount of time, the game length itself makes it better. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. Uncharted 4 is a great game.
Unch-
It's
Uncharted
not.
4 needs editing.
Uncharted 4 needs to be about 2/3 as long as it was, and there's a lot of filler. And for me, there's a lot of filler and all that kind of stuff. But we've had that discussion before. So moving on. Moving on before we go on another tangent. uh, Ed, another major game has been announced for Nintendo Switch.
Uh, Wait, what?
Sega's Valkyria Chronicles 4 is marching towards Nintendo Switch.
What?
Even though we never got a proper localization of Valkyria Chronicles 3, and Valkyria Chronicles 2 is stuck on the PSP Vita, one of those systems. So,
Oh, wow.
the tactical RPG sequel is launching on PS4, Xbox One, and also the Nintendo Switch. Set in a fictional world which resembles World War One era Europe, Valkyria Chronicles 4 sees the return of the Canvas graphics engine as well as legendary composer Hiroshi Sakamoto, whose stirring tunes accompanied previous installments in the series, not to mention such titles as Final Fantasy Tactics, Radiant Silvergun, Odin Sphere, and Gradius 5. So, that's pretty exciting. I
Yeah,
am
I
always... Dude, Valkyria Chronicles was so good. Like, I didn't play it when it came to PS3, but I played the remaster when it came to PS4. That game is so good. Like,
I've never played it.
oh, it's so good, man. Like the remasters is only $20 for PS4.
Ooh.
And it's like what is it like? It's kind of like I don't want to say it's like Fire Emblem. It's kind of like Fire Emblem, but like from like a third person's perspective, and you're kind of
Is
like
it more like Advance Wars almost?
no, it's not like Advance Wars. Well, I guess it could
I
be.
mean, as in the setting. Because I've seen some video of it, but with some gameplay, but I just haven't picked it up or anything to play it.
Yeah.
And I also wonder if this is one of the games that was planned when Nintendo had their viewing in January earlier this year.
Yeah.
And Sega said we had some games coming to Nintendo Switch in the future.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like Valkyria Chronicles is like you move, like it's kind of like it's like a turn-based strategy game, but you enter third-person mode to move your units around. And then,
Codename
like,
Steam, almost.
yeah, I would say it's a lot like Codename Steam, but like better.
Yeah.
Like you move your units across the battlefield, and then you can zoom up over the battlefield and see where the units are, and then you use your like the characters are kind of like Codename Steam, where like you can get up real close, and like your probability of hitting them is better the closer you are, and like you have to use your tactics, like you have a sniper, and you can get your bigger units like tanks and stuff. It's really good. I cannot, like, if you own a PS4 or even a PS3 or something along those lines, like Valkyria Chronicles is great. Even a PC, like I think this game is on PC also now, so check it out. I am excited to have this on Switch though, because it's totally a game I want to play in a handheld mode. So
It is one of the games on the go.
yeah.
Like it, I think it's. I kind of see it as a PC game, but for console.
Yeah.
I mean, PC as in people who do a lot of PC gaming, like League of Legends and stuff like that. I don't put it in that kind of realm, but that feeling of taking something big like that on the go. To me personally, it'll be a game that, yeah, I can play it on TV, but I really want to play this while I'm out or if I'm waiting for something.
Yeah. So that game is coming. I'm excited. Speaking of RPGs, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are getting Pokebank support later this month. Relatively faster than the last few games. Usually it's like a 2 or 3 month wait, just because they want you to actually sit there and play the game, but
I could fully admit I've never used a Pokebank.
I never have either. I think it costs money. Like I think it's costs like $10 a year to keep your Pokemon stored in there or something.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, people who are really into Pokemon, like, it's good for them, and you can
Yeah.
keep your like Pokemon coming forward with you. Like, I think that aspect is cool, but like, I haven't been into a Pokemon game since this Pokebank was implemented, and like, I don't really plan to start now, But uh,
Yeah.
I think that since this is kind of like a half sequel, half like kind of like Pokemon Sun 1.5 type thing,
Yeah.
maybe it's just like, okay, you can just, it's the last 3DS one. They want to get the most out of it. They want to get people buying this game because uh, it's not really like a full generation jump. So I think people they want people to upload their Pokemon because the Switch version's coming, and maybe you'll be able to transfer those over. So yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Ed and I aren't like huge Pokemon players, so
I mean, I love Pokemon. I play. I don't go fully wild about it, but like the Pokebank, I just I guess I don't have no need for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you, Ed.
So
This next story is going to excite you. I know what you're going to do. You're going to get your little high pitched laugh, and you're going to do these things. There it is. There it is. Uh, Hideki Kamiya wants to make a true Okami sequel, Beautiful Joe remakes,
yes.
and more. In the latest issue of Dengeki PlayStation, Platinum Games designer and director Hideki Kamiya spoke about the sorts of projects he'd be interested in working on in the future. Kamiya cited a true Okami sequel and a Beautiful Joe remake just as a couple things he'd love to pursue. Kamiya said, I want to work on a Devil May Cry and Beautiful Joe remake or a true sequel to Okami. A cooperation with that doesn't sound right. Maybe that's a translation thing. A cooperation with Dante from Devil May Cry and Bayonetta might also be fun. Dear Capcom, if it's okay with someone like me, if it's okay with someone like me, I will help anytime. Best regards, everyone. Bow down your heads together with me. Uh, so I mean, some of that's kind of lost in translation, I think, but
Hmm.
basically, he's like, I mean,
That's
Beautiful Joe and Okami are kind of his babies anyway, from when he was with Clover at the time.
Clover. Yeah.
So
And I think if this sounds like an apology to Capcom and Capcom takes it and they decide to work together, like I think Capcom would be back in the black.
I think right now Capcom needs Kamiya more than Kamiya needs Capcom, because
Yeah.
like Platinum has their own little niche. Nier did really well for them this year. Bayonetta and they've had their like quote unquote bad games recently that have made them money though, like TMNT and Transformers. Like those games weren't amazing, but they made them money. They had their licensing deals and kept their doors open, and they've pursued other projects. There's another Nier already in the works. So, I would love to see Okami specifically. Like, it still boggles my mind that Capcom isn't putting that game on Switch, but the first one, the HD remake.
Uh-huh.
But I'd love to see another Bayonetta, and like we've already talked about what if DMC
Yes.
crossover with Bayonetta at some point on this show. Uh,
Yeah.
both franchises I wish would be on Switch as well, but if anyone's gonna do a Devil May Cry game that's not called Ninja Theory, I would totally trust Kamiya to do it. So that's exciting news, though. Like, it's always cool to see developers open up about projects they want to work on, and if it will actually happen. And now that it's like kind of out in the wild, it could be seen as something, maybe in the next year or so. Like, Capcom goes and says, "Hey, Okami HD did well. We need a sequel."
If Capcom is welcome to it, and like Platinum, Sega, Capcom, and Nintendo, all four of them coming together to make that happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Our last bit of news here.
Actually, do you want to get to your last bit of news? I have actually one story that just came up.
Uh, Spill it.
Time Magazine has announced that the Nintendo Switch is 2017's Gadget of the Year. In Time's top 10 list of gadgets released in 2017, the Nintendo Switch has taken the number one spot, beating out the iPhone X and the Microsoft Surface laptop. The list has been a fixture of Time's end of the year roundups, looking back and compiling the top people and things from the year. This year, the Switch topped the list, with iPhone X, Samsung Galaxy S8, and Xbox One X all below it on the list. For about as long as game consoles have existed, players have had to choose between gaming in front of a TV or holding a tiny screen in their hands while out and about, list author Lisa E. DiGasio wrote. Not so with the Nintendo Switch, the first console that's truly designed for both at-home and on-the-go entertainment. The article praises the Switch emphasis on playing anything, anywhere, and games like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey, bolstering its library. This is the second year in a row that Nintendo has captured the top spot, with last year's NES Classic winning. This year, the SNES Classic also ranked, but at number 6.
Yeah, I mean, not surprising. It's taken over. It's taken over the world. Like the excitement around this thing. Like, when I was at work today, some like one of the moms that works there like bought a Nintendo Switch and is like, yeah, I saw it on the shelf and I guess I should buy it since everyone's talking about it. I just need to know what games I should buy for my kids. I'm like, nice.
Which is funny that she mentioned that. Had a customer last week talking about like looking at the Switch and actually told them about our podcast. And I was just like, I have a show called Nintendo Plowblock that I do with my friend, and we're like on NGR Radio on YouTube, and I wrote all the information down. Like, we break down the Switch, we recommend games and everything. So hopefully he's checking it out still and he enjoys it. Nice. So shout out to you, mystery customer.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, like the Switch is such an amazing console. Like, I love it so much. I want, like, it's the only system currently that like I have to keep up and play everything on. You know, like the other systems, like I can't tell you how many games I skipped this year on everything else. Like, it's not because like money or time or anything. It's just because like I would rather be playing some of these games on Switch, you know? Like, I would rather be playing Zelda. I would rather be playing Splatoon. Mario and Rabbids was an amazing surprise, you know? Like, I would rather be playing those games instead of, like, the 5,000th Call of Duty game or you know, the Battlefront debacle or, you know, anything else. So, like, the one game I missed this year that I really wish I want to play now is Injustice. And, like, I really wanted to play it earlier, but, I mean, check out last week's excitement on Arsenal X.
Yes.
TMNT. So, but yeah, okay. The last bit of news here. An ARMS update adds Splatfest style public events and a new character. Masango is the new character. He is kind of like a Hawaiian / Native American style character. Like, the trailer shows him with some totem poles and in a jungle, and he looks really cool. He looks like to be a smaller, kind of faster character. He's got cool rush moves, and you know, you're forced to play this character on the fly because there's some masks that he can have, and like they change color, and blue, like the blue masks increase movement, and red increases damage, and yellow enhances his speed abilities. So, like, you know, you kind of have to change your masks, and it forces the other players to adjust on the fly. You know, like, it's kind of a cool mechanic that's not really implemented on any other character. Like, you change masks, and then the other player has to change their tactics, because, like, you know, if you're increasing damage, they've got to like block more and dodge more, or, like, you know, if you're moving fast, you got to be able to like follow him on the screen, and it's cool. It's something I'm quite surprised they implemented into a new character.
Yeah, that's good. It reminds me of Jin from Street Fighter Alpha, that he changes his styles when you fight him, and you kind of got to be quick on your mind on like, okay, what style he's fighting? How do I put a strategy up against that?
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. It's
Arms is so good. It's just
arms.
uh
Arms
I
is so criminally underrated. I mean, like, it's still sold over 1 million units. Like, it's not like it's sold
yes.
bad. It was just like it's the only game that like I feel like people aren't talking about. Like, people are still talking about Splatoon and Mario Rabbids and Fire Emblem because they all have like Splatfests and DLCs coming soon, and like, extra content and costumes and stuff coming to Fire Emblem and stuff. And it's just like Arms is still getting new characters like every 6 weeks, and they just added new modes out of the blue.
And
Um,
and I know the discussion for a fighting game would be Arms versus Injustice 2. And I really think Arms is the better one of Injustice 2. Yeah, it got Ninja Turtles, but I'm just like, yeah, but you gotta pay for that where Nintendo's dropping free content and got new characters. And don't forget, people thought Arms was a joke when they showed it in January. People
yeah,
didn't care for it. They picked it up, played the demo, fell in love with it. The game came out and it sold very well.
yeah,
And it's still selling. Where I think Injustice 2, it did what it had to do, and now like there's really no talk about it besides the Ninja Turtles.
yeah. Also in this 4.0 update is adding the first in-game event called Party Crash. Uh, it's pretty similar to Splatoon Splatfest, where they kind of, but the instead of like, ketchup versus mayonnaise or werewolves or vampires, they're doing characters. So
Hmm.
this first event is Spring Man versus Ribbon Girl, and anybody who uses either Spring Man or Ribbon Girl will boost their points by 150%. So the points you get for unlocking new arms increases, so you'll have a faster chance of unlocking with those characters. Uh, there's also a schedule for sessions for players to boost totals by up to 300%. Uh,
Yes.
so, and then you get stuff for whichever character the community rallies behind, whichever one wins, type thing. So
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. This might get me back into arms because there's a couple more arms I need to get with Ribbon Girl to
Yes.
have them all. And like, I know Larry tagged me in a post in the NVC Facebook group about people who like, there was an arms thread and people were like, finally unlocked all the arms for this character and this character, and then you know it was cool. I like it. I like seeing stuff about arms,
Yeah.
and I'm really glad it's Ribbon Girl versus Spring Man because like Ribbon Girl's my girl. She's my girl, man. I need
That's
all
your,
those. I need all those arms. I need them.
that's your homegirl.
I need them. I need them.
Oh, and also everybody, congratulations to whoever downloaded Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. It comes out today. As you guys watch this recording, and on Tuesday, the game is out. So hopefully everybody is having fun. Hopefully
Is it
there are no
out?
problems. Um, at the time of this recording, it's not. But when people see the video, it will be out
Oh, you got
November
me excited, Ed. I
21st.
just picked up my phone to try to download it. Thanks, Ed. Got me excited. Jerk. What a jerk. Such a jerk.
Yeah, so hopefully, I don't know if it's gonna cost anything. It might be free. Hopefully it don't crash any servers or anything like that. And I really do hope that people enjoy it. So congratulations to all those who have the game. I personally am not going to get the game. The Nintendo mobile games are kind of not for me because I love the better experience on console and handheld. I love Animal Crossing.
You're missing out on
I'm
Fire Emblem Heroes, man.
I know, but I'm just like I'm like I have Fire Emblem Warriors and I'm getting the Fire Emblem on Switch
It's true.
and 3DS. Like
It's true, but it's still
so
Fire Emblem.
I
It's
know.
still
So so yeah.
good. uh, okay, so we're gonna move into question block. We have one email that we're gonna answer. There's a few questions from this email. we encourage you to email the show at nintendopalblock@gmail.com for your
Yes.
questions and stuff. Greg Schnabel from our community has emailed us. He found us through the Fathers of the Grind podcast.
Hi, Greg.
He found NGR through them, and then started listening to our shows. He says he's really enjoying us the last couple weeks. So thanks for emailing us, and thanks for hopefully enjoying this show. And I hope that this show is not. I hope it doesn't come off that we're too tired. I mean, it's just been, man, what a day. What a day, man. But he emailed us. He said he has a couple questions. He says, sorry if we covered it on an early episode. It's okay. We cover everything on every episode, so it's okay. Yeah. How did you guys meet? How did we meet? We met in
we met on the Nintendo voice chat, and Corey was posting like on Submission Sundays about DNA. So I started listening to DNA. Like this page and start following him, and I think we just got into a conversation online, and we just had, I posted a podcast, and I was like watching their stuff, supporting him, making comments and stuff, and we just ended up. I don't know if we were both on a podcast or anything, but I know we started talking through Facebook. And
I think the original thing was like, I wanted you to be a guest on NGR at some point. And then we started talking a lot about Nintendo stuff. And then, I found out that you were on World 1-1 with Larry, and then you were doing Optional Opinion, and then...
Yeah, but you was doing DNA.
Yeah.
When we was, yeah.
Yeah, but remember, Power Block started as a DNA show.
Right.
And then, like, on the old DNA network stuff, like, Power Block was, like, this little, like, 10-minute YouTube video thing that, like, I was kind of into, but the people I was doing it with weren't really into it, and it was more, like, just kind of, like, this weird thing, and I wanted to really talk about Nintendo stuff, and Ed is obviously Nintendo super fan numero uno, and like we just started talking about Nintendo, and then we stopped Power Block at DNA for a little while, and then I wanted to bring it back where like NGR had started being popular because like NGR started as the community show for that network, yes. And then Power Block was the Nintendo show for that network, and then we kind of spun it off when DNA was kind of like ramping down production on a lot of this stuff, and then we kind of just spun NGR out, and I took Power Block with me. So and then we've been talking Nintendo ever since.
Yeah
I think,
and other games,
I think we've been doing Power Block for a year I think so,
because it was when it was still DNA and you wasn't doing it with your other friends. We started out with me, you, and Adrian Nieto.
Right.
And then it changed to just me. At one point, I had to miss it because it was in the holidays. And, of course, I had work. So you and Adrian record. And then me and you record. Like, we have a history on YouTube that you could find on how it all came together and stuff.
Yeah.
But,
and then there's like an 8-week period where, like, we didn't record a show because of, like, I was still trying to figure out if DNA was going to keep going, and then then we spun out NGR, and we were focused on that for a minute, and then now it's just like whoop whoop woo. Now we're going back out. We got all the shows now, and it's been really fun. It's fun to watch it grow and stuff. I'm glad we get to do the show like once or twice a week. Most of the
time. We try our best to do twice a week.
Yeah. Are we doing another show this week, by the way? Because of the holiday?
It is Thanksgiving. We can. It just depends on what time you want to do it. Thursday.
We can do it Wednesday night, maybe.
We'll
see. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We'll discuss it. Second question he asked, what was your first Nintendo experience? His was probably like most of a certain age group, Super Mario Brothers. Um, well, my first Nintendo experience was let's see, Donkey Kong on Atari. I think was like my very first Nintendo experience, and
Hmm.
then my grandma bought me a Game Boy when I was 3, and I started playing boxing and Tetris. So like those were the first two like quote unquote real Nintendo games. Because like anything before the NES, I don't know if I really consider like real Nintendo experience, except for like Donkey Kong is obviously a real Nintendo game. I get it, I know that, but like NES on is like the real in there on Nintendo experiences. So like Game
Hmm.
Boy was Tetris and boxing, and then a couple months later, I remember getting Super Mario Land and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Fall of the Foot Clan.
Yeah.
That was the first Game Boy game. So like,
Yes.
yeah,
Love that
those.
game. So good.
Oh no, no, it's not. It's terrible, but like it's still
I
fun.
love
It's
that game.
amazing because like you can jump straight to the last level and beat the game. And I'm
Yeah.
like, who does this? Like, who would do that? So like, I don't. I would play like the first and second level because I would beat the first level and get to the second level, but I was really bad at that game, so I
Mhm.
never make it. So like, I was like, huh, I can jump to the last level and just play it. So I would always play the last level. Like the last probably year I played that game, I was like, I'm gonna play the last level.
Yeah. My first Nintendo experience was Mario Brothers on the Atari 2600. So, it was that single screen kind of game. And if you play versus Mario, it's that kind of style of game. So I played that. My cousin at my grandma's house had a Nintendo, so I played Super Mario Brothers, Contra, Double Dragon, Double Dribble. I played all of that stuff, and when I got my own Nintendo, because I played and beat Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt so much, my Nintendo experience was Pac-Man by Namco. And then with my other cousin, I played the Buki Warriors. Um, and like at home, a little bit later, I started playing like Ninja Gaiden and Breath of the Wild, The Legend of Zelda, and Zelda 2 and Mega Man 2. My brother's friend had Mega Man, so I beat it at his house with that for that game. But yeah, my first experience was Mario Brothers on the Atari 2600 and the Mario and the Play 10 at the arcades. Um, and the last time I played an actual Nintendo game in an arcade, you can consider Killer Instinct if you want to consider that, but like a Nintendo game, last one I played was Super Mario Brothers 3. That was on a timer.
Nice. And like my grandma had an NES over at her house, and like my cousin uh used to live over there, so like I would go over there to see him, and he would have the NES in there, and he had like Double Dragon and Ninja Turtles the
Hmm.
arcade game, and Mega Man, and it was my first experience with like a Mario game and Mario 2, and like I mean he had all of them, but like we would always end up playing Mario 2 for some reason, and like
Yeah.
we would play all these awesome games, and I was like, I really want one. And then like when he got a Sega Genesis, he gave me his Nintendo, and then when he got a Super Nintendo, he gave me his Genesis, and it was like I always played like all his hand me down stuff, but like NES was awesome. I remember like man, the first time I played Mario 3 was amazing, and the first time I realized what the Legend of Zelda was, and like
Hmm.
not even knowing that dungeons were a thing, I would just like walk around this world and slice these like little Octorok guys and stuff, and realizing that like, oh, if I have my full health, like I can throw my sword and stuff like that is awesome.
Yeah, when it came to the Legend of Zelda, I beat that game like on my own. Because like the Konami code, learning that I learned that from my cousin. The Double Dragon Heart Trick, I learned that from my cousin. There was other stuff by watching I picked up and learned. Even with like Mega Man, the boss, doing all the bosses in their particular order, I actually learned from my cousin. So just by just watching,
Yeah.
and then
Uh,
I got better than them, and look where I'm at now. Yeah.
the last question he sends in is actually going to be our topic of the show. I don't know how long we're going to spend on it. We've been going for an hour already, but like I think this is a really good discussion that we should have, and I've actually thought about this for a long time since like the Wii U came out. I've been thinking about
hmm
this. So he says, "Do y'all think Nintendo will ever implement a trophy or achievement system? If so, what do you think it would be like?" I don't know if Nintendo ever will. I think there's fun ways they could do it. Like I thought the sticker books in Mario 3D World and Mario Kart and some of the other games, I thought that was an awesome way to do it. Was like, oh, you did this, so you get a sticker book. And Mario Odyssey kind of has that a little bit, where like at the end there's like I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a part that has like all these things where like if you get a certain amount of moons, you get a stamp in this list of things, and it's kind of cool. But like the sticker book in Super Mario 3D World was awesome, and I would
hmm
really like to see that come back. And if they would ever do like a platinum trophy style thing where like you get one big thing for doing all the things, like maybe the
That'd be like
page,
the gold star.
yeah, or like maybe the color of the page would change behind the stickers and be like you've completed this page of the sticker book, and it'd be, I don't know, I think it would be cool. I think a sticker
Um,
book implement, like I always liked that idea of the sticker book for Nintendo.
I don't think Nintendo's going to implement one, and I don't think they need to or have to because there's a lot of people who feel like when they get a game, their goal is to get that achievement, to get that trophy and stuff. And when that becomes the main purpose over having fun and enjoying the experience, it becomes to me a little bit problematic. And I know there's some people who might disagree with that, but there's there's no reward for having an achievement or a trophy. Like it's mostly for bragging rights, and it's cool if you're a person who would like to do that to show off. But I'd rather have a in-depth discussion on what we're playing and what we're experiencing than saying that, oh, I did this thing 50 times to get this trophy, and that be the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
And I think Nintendo wants people to focus more on the fun and what is the fun in getting that achievement or getting that trophy. Nintendo wants you to put your skills and help evolve your skills in a game, then using those skills just to get a trophy, just to brag, or getting that mushroom or one up or whatever uh with that. If you really want I think the better achievement is of course people might hate this answer is like my Nintendo. Like getting points for the games that you buy, doing the surveys and stuff. And regardless if you like the service or not, or even Club Nintendo when they have it, you were rewarded for that purchase. And I think that's a bigger achievement of getting some free merchandise for just showing that you support this game. Now you can trade it in after you get your points and you get done with the game. That's fine, but at least they reward you with something. Yes, Corey.
You froze.
Oh,
I'm sorry. You froze. I thought like
oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
So it's probably on the audio. They'll hear that.
Yeah,
Uh,
probably. I don't know. I just like you just froze for like this happened on World 1 the other day where like my internet went out for like 5 seconds and like everybody just froze. I was like
oh no.
hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think they're going to just they won't have one in there. Now they could put one in there just for that particular game. That's
Mhm.
cool for doing it for once or twice. Or if a third party or indie wants to put it in for their own game, that's cool. I think that's a great reward. But having it for like a universal system, no, Nintendo's not focusing on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it would be cool to have one, but like at the same time it's like it's not going to hinder or improve my enjoyment of Nintendo games, you know? Like I just Zelda for me was like, dude, I did everything in Zelda. I've played through it. I went to all the locations. I found all the costumes except for the amiibo ones. Jeez, I want those amiibo really bad. But like I it didn't need an achievement system because like it had your side quest lists, you know, there's the shrines, like doing all that stuff was enough, you know, and it was just like it was cool. Like if there would have been like an achievement system and like I mean, I guess I got a gold trophy, the poop trophy for finding all the Korok seeds, but like, you know, I just like I don't think Nintendo needs one. I think if they did do one, there'd be cool ways and they would do a cool Nintendo spin on it, but at the same time it's like Nintendo is so particular in how they like spend their development time and like how they develop their games, which is like, you know, why so many games I feel like cost so much money these days where like they have to have an engineering team to make sure the trophies are implemented correctly and show up on PlayStation Network as well as in the game. And then you have to have like, I mean, like voice acting is also another thing, right? Where like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a separate thing, but it's similar. And I'll come back around to the trophy thing. So stick with me here. Like games spend so much money on actors and, you know, mocap and all these other things where like Nintendo doesn't really spend the money on that stuff, you know, like once in a while they might, you know, maybe Metroid Prime 4 will have that stuff, but like they have like Charles Martinet, right? Like how like he does voices for almost all the characters, right? And then they have the other characters where like they don't really talk, they just, you know, make noises and stuff. And like Zelda was really the first time where they had voice acting in a game, and it was just like there wasn't that much, but like it was really kind of like a step forward for Nintendo, even though like
Yes.
you know it Zelda didn't really need voice acting. It did improve the experience for me. Like I thought it gave those characters personality and stuff, and I thought a lot of people had issues with Zelda's voice, and I was just like I thought it really fit. I thought it was good. Like I liked Zelda's voice acting, you know,
Yes.
and like the rest of the game was just like okay, but they didn't spend like a couple $1 million of their budget hiring actors for their stuff, you know. They didn't
Right.
hire stunt coordinators, and because like you look at something like Uncharted or The Last of Us, you have to hire the actors to play the characters, and then like Nolan North and Troy Baker are not cheap voice actors, right? But then
Right.
you hire those actors and then you have to hire stunt actors for those actors, and it becomes almost like a mini Hollywood budget where like you have to hire stunt coordinators for the fight scenes, you have to like you have to hire stunt coordinators and stuntmen for you know, cliff jumping and rolling and all these other moves that you know the actors may not do themselves. And it's just like that's where like all these companies are spending their money and stuff, and it's like look, do we really need all that stuff? And it comes back to like trophies and stuff on the back end where like they have these teams specifically to implement the trophies and the engineering side to make sure they show up on PlayStation Network or Xbox Live. And then, you know, you have to make sure it runs on multiple consoles and you have to make sure it does all these things. And it's like Nintendo is still simple and fun, and like, you know, some of these things get a little complicated, but not too complicated to the point where it blows out their budget. And it's just like,
They rather spend the money on giving you better quality, tweaking stuff, fixing things. You know, they rather put that money in research and development on gameplay engines, on things that work and ideas. Like they're trying to make a video game. They're not trying to make a cinematic experience that you'll watch or you'll skip. You
mm-hmm.
know, they want to make something that you're going to enjoy. You know,
Yeah.
that's where that money is going to go. Why do you think games like from Nintendo, um, all that money that goes into it, and it sells well, or even if it doesn't sell well, there's still a good enjoyment. And then you see 15,000 copies of Uncharted 4 at GameStop.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
like I think Uncharted is like $8 right now, and that game just came out last year. Where like you look at the Wii U games that are sitting on their shelves that are still like 30, 40, and $50 used, like that are like launch games. Like New Super Mario Brothers U is still like $40 there, and it's like,
right,
and it's not. I'm not saying that like Uncharted is a bad game or anything, but like Nintendo games hold their value because I think a lot of people still have that collector's mentality when it comes to Nintendo games, and people still have that nostalgia factor when it comes to Nintendo games. Where like,
right.
Uncharted's a great game, but like a lot of these,
All that money that went into the stunt coordination and voice acting, it went to waste
mhm, and
because
it's
people don't even own the game.
yeah, and it's like you could either buy Uncharted 4 for $39.99 on the PlayStation Network, or you can go to GameStop and buy it used for $8, and then Sony and Naughty Dog don't see any of that money, and it's like. I know we're moving into a digital future, and like, a lot of games are going to be digital, and Nintendo's seeing their highest digital sales ever. And Ubisoft, was it Ubisoft? Somebody just reported like it was the first time that their digital, no, it was Take Two and 2K,
Hmm.
where like their digital revenue outpaced their physical revenue for the first time ever this year. And like I know a lot of that has to do with like NBA 2K's virtual currency and
Yeah,
Rockstar's virtual whatever they're using for GTA, but like that's not something to like ignore. And it's just like, look, I go to the store, I can still buy a Nintendo cartridge, I can put it in my Switch. There's no installing, there's no like load times or wait times. Like, there might be a little patch to fix something, but it's nothing like I have to. Like the other day when I said I was installing the uh, Horizon DLC, I had to wait like 45 minutes for it to install, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna go over here and play my Switch, and like I never got around to playing it because it took so long to install, and it's like,
right. And if I feel like if Nintendo did put in that achievement system, it doesn't devalue the game or anything, but for those people who want achievements and stuff, like, is that a $60 rental for you now? Like, do you buy the game just to get the achievements? Do everything that that game has to offer to get it, and then get rid of it because you just want your gamer score or your Nintendo points or whatever to like to have a high number? Like, is that really important? For me, it's not. So I think that's why Nintendo doesn't want to implement that, because yeah, it would guarantee more sales, but sales don't matter if people are just buying it for that only reason, and then GameStop is getting flooded with returns for a game that just came out because people got all the achievements and stuff.
yeah, yeah, and like, and I'm not trying to take away anything that like Xbox or PlayStation or like the third parties are
Yeah,
doing for those consoles, because like we get like look at Horizon for example. That's an amazing game with a lot of effort and a lot of time and a lot of coordination and acting and stuff behind it. But at the same time, it's like I have the same appreciation for Zelda because of the art direction and the simplicity of it. It's it's different games for different audiences. I get it, but I think Nintendo likes to stick to being as simple as it possibly can, and that helps them keep their costs down and their profits high, and that's one way to look at it. And then I mean, you have people like EA who like try to make you buy everything after you pay 60, 80, $100 already. So sorry,
yeah,
we talked about
that,
enough EA on all their shows. I'm sorry.
yes.
We've talked about EA so much in the last like 3 months that every time I hear Star Wars or EA, I just want to be like,
Blech.
my eyes roll
Bah.
so hard that they're gonna fall out of my head. It's just like, ugh, I'm so tired of it.
Yes.
But yeah, if Nintendo implements one, cool. If not, it's not a make or break for me ever. It's we grew up, we played without an achievement system for what, 23, 25, almost 30 years. Like,
30 years, yeah.
it's,
And, and,
yeah,
and Greg, make your own goals in a game for Nintendo and try to achieve
that's a lot of work.
those.
That's a lot of work.
Really, you and your friends could challenge each other and group up and use those kind of achievements to show that and to show off your skill. You can always make up your own achievements for Nintendo games. Like really, I want to see some American start off Fire Emblem on hard where there's permadeath. Get through the first stage and let that be your achievement. Play a game that's not in your wheelhouse, in your genre of games that you like to play, and achieve of beating that without no strategy guide, without no help for friends, without no video or anything. Achieve that. That might help. That might be your biggest achievement, to say that I did this game for a genre I don't touch at all, but I'm so happy that I was able to achieve it.
Well, that was a good discussion. That
Yes.
was a good discussion. I'm happy with it.
Yes.
Remember, you can email us at nintendopalblock@gmail.com or join the discussion on the NGR Radio Facebook group or the Nintendo Pal Block Facebook group. You can leave your comments there. I think we're going to have another giant question block show soon. So
Yes.
we're going to do a question block segment soon. We're going to do a Xenoblade segment soon. And we're going to do the Holiday Buyer's Guide episode. So I'm pretty excited. We've got a lot planned for this.
And we're going to try to get another Arsenal block. So, guys, hopefully we get that.
Yeah. So, anyways, you can find Nintendo Power Block on your favorite podcast service of choice. Remember to look for Expansion Pass from Arsenal X on YouTube. Remember to look for what did we decide to call Power Blocks?
We're still working on the name for Power Block.
Right. We're still working on stuff for that. But look forward to our YouTube segments exclusive to YouTube. They're not going to be in any audio form. So subscribe to our YouTube page if you want to watch those. Keep up to date with those. Maybe the Buyer's Guide episode will be one of those. Like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Rate us, comment, all that. Let's see what else. There's something else I needed to plug, but I don't remember. Happy Thanksgiving. That's this
everybody.
Week. To our American listeners, everybody else, well,
can I say something real quick, Curry? Please.
No. What?
Everybody, Thursday, whether you go on Black Friday shopping or not, play three games, and maybe there are 3 games that's in your backlog. Let it be your Thanksgiving throwdown. And come on Nintendo Power Block on our Facebook page or Arsenal X or PlayStation, or even Nerds Gone Rogue. Like, let us know what 3 games that you guys are choosing and that you're playing. Simple, just play 2 hours of that game and move on. Whether you beat it or whether you get far in progress, maybe do that for Thanksgiving. And I normally do that every year. I pick up some of my backlog games that I brought but I haven't touched, and I play 2 hours of them. So yeah.
Let's see. There's something else. I'm gonna try for not only just NGR Radio, but for Arsenal X and Power Block. The next episode we do, I'm gonna try to play at least 1 game on each of the systems and try because I'm off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm gonna have a little bit of time to game this weekend, so I'm pretty excited. I'm supposed to hook up with Larry at some point. Man, this weekend really got super busy real fast. So hopefully, hopefully I can. I need to figure that out. Where they're going is kind of farther than I thought they were going. Too. So, but I'm gonna try to make it work. We're gonna try to make it work.
Yes.
But anyways, Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at @ThatRetroCode, and you can check out Optional Opinion on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and other podcast apps. Had a discussion about depression and if video games can help it. So do check that one out. Very good episode.
Yeah. You can find me at CoreyNHD on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. You can find me on NGR Radio proper and a slew of the family. What do you call them? Shows. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. My head.
And I will, and I will have my friend code for my 2DS up in a few. If you guys want to friend me on 2DS, and I have a 3DS one, but because the 2DS is new, I got to put up my new code for that. Yes. And I'll still put up my Switch one also.
Yeah, I need to start putting our friend codes in the descriptions of the episodes. So Ed, you need to send me your codes for your 2DS and Switch, so like I can put the friend codes in the show notes, just so like if we forget to like promote it or anything, like people can just do that stuff. So
yes,
yeah. Download Nintendo Power Block every Tuesday and Friday. Check out our other family of shows. Then Nerds Gone Platinum, which is our PlayStation show. Arsenal X, our Xbox show. World 1-1. Nerds Gone Rogue, and all that good stuff. Man, wow. Tired. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, happy Thanksgiving. And we love you.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Woo-hoo!